Never met before.
No.
And I was reading up on you. You seem like a nice guy, well-spoken. I got to tell you, though, there are a couple of photographs that I've come across, including this one that...
That's passion. Right?
Where was this taken?
In the Mojave Desert. And so we shot a video out there, which that picture corresponds to.
And you're angry at this point, I'm assuming.
I was yelling.
What were you remember what you were particularly, the thing you were screaming at the time?
I'm cold. Yeah.
That'll work. What do people, I want to talk about your music in this book, but what do people expect when they meet you for the first time?
A violent Neanderthal.
I had actually already thought by this point in the interview you would have smashed me in the face.
See, when I got backstage this evening, I told one of the people back there, I said, let Greg know that I think he's cool and, you know, I'm glad to be here and I'm not... You know, because these people get this really wild impression that I'm just gonna, you know, and like the music we do is you know, it's really intense, it's visceral, it's really aggressive, but it's passion that drives it, you know. And there's things that make me angry, you know, there's things that make you all angry, you know. But it's not necessarily we run around going, you know, like biting kids and stuff.
Right. Well, I had 3 bottles of vodka to loosen me up before the show anyway, so I'm fine. What are the things, though, that anger you? What are the things that cause these sorts of reactions? Well,
for me, the big wrongs really anger me. Just racism, abuse of power, a lot of things that, you know, that are really symptomatic about America, about the world in general, but... I mean, you know, nothing unique. Like, wow, I never thought about hating that before, you know? It's just that you see so much stuff on such a crass level these days, like in the recent elections, just how no one really tried to tell you what they were going to do for the community and for their state. They're just saying how bad the other guy was.
Right.
Which is really, really easy to sling mud at the other guy, but let's hear where you're coming from. You know, why bother spending millions of dollars making up all this other stuff? And it's that in...
or 30 million in some cases.
Yeah. And just sometimes just what policemen and law officials get away with, and how those who are being trod upon never get a voice to come back with, and how there's whole generations of people who have just learned to accept something that I've never had to accept. This kind of stuff I can, you know, bore you to death with. I never am not mad about it, and I'm not trying to be some politically correct, you know, Sting, Save the Rainforest type guy, but like...
Don't be Sting-like if you can avoid it, Henry.
For, you know, walking down the street and having a cop put his gun in your eye socket and call you a bunch of names, which just happened to me.
Did that happen recently?
No, it happened a few years ago.
And did you do anything to provoke that?
No,
or?
No.
He just walked up and said, hey, let me stick
knew who
this
I
gun
was,
in
and, and to endure that kind of thing for a guy who doesn't do crime. I'm like the most boring guy you'll ever meet. I don't rob anything. I work. And to have a cop calling me these names and doing this thing with me, it's like, man, you're so out of line, you know, you should move.
With the
far away.
With the group Black Flag, I mean, a lot of this kind of stuff you put down in your music. What was the... would you describe yourself as this group Black Flag that had this huge cult following? Was it punk or no?
We had all kinds of people who were interested in the band. Yeah, there's lots of punk rockers and all kinds of people.
But would you describe the music as punk rock or
no?
A multitude of things?
The music was a vehicle pretty much created by Greg Ginn, who led Black Flag. And he wrote most of the songs, most of the lyrics. And I've never heard anything like it. I've never heard anyone play guitar like him. To liken it to another musician, I always use Ornette Coleman, the sax player, because it was free, jagged, wild, or like Eric Dolphy, another...
Well, looking in your book at some of these pictures, it looks like there are some violent individuals watching you guys perform through most of your tours.
Yeah, they'd watch, and sometimes they'd take part in their own strange way.
Now, what do you mean by that? Are they sticking guns in your eye sockets again, or?
Oh, worse than that.
What's happening at these things? What sorts of things?
And me like, ow, 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 ow. Yeah, it got real intense. Like, uh-oh, they're on stage. Uh-oh, ow, they're hitting me, you know.
Now, wait a second, you're there to, they pay money to come and see you play, and then they are pounding you?
Yeah, we love you, man.
Boom, boom, boom!
Yeah.
Why do they do that? What's the reason for that?
That's a good question. Why anyone would pay $8 to come see you play and wing a bottle at your head is beyond me.
Did you ever take any good shots? Break any bones? Have any serious injuries?
Oh, yeah. I had a few concussions. I've been hospitalized a few times. I got stitches all through my scalp, eyebrows, eye sockets.
Anything serious? No, I'm kidding. Maybe that'll work. Let me read something here real quickly. I found a small room to hang. This is a sort of a chronicle. This is some words from the book that is basically kind of a diary of a good portion of your career. I found a small room to hang out in before the show. I found a piece of broken glass and started slamming it into my chest. Blood started flying all over the place. It felt good to feel pure pain. It helped me get pure pain. Helped me get perspective. Now,
and I did that, yeah.
Are we going through a difficult time here?
Yes.
Hands? Come on.
Hugs. Hugs. We need to hug. Yeah. It would probably take me a while to explain that.
You've got 30 seconds.
But it was pure. That need.
Right.
And not based on anything sick or satanic or bad.
But it was just a tough day.
Rough day at the office.
We'll do a quick break. Right back with Henry Rollins after that.